Hey folks, it's Sincerely Rozzy. I'm checking in for another session of our letter number 2, A Soft Life Starts with Boundaries. Yes, we're going to sit here and do some girl talk and some chatting, basically about our golden hour chat. So I kind of wanted to give you guys some insight in it so y'all knew what to expect. So this is something that I'm going to be doing going forward. When it comes to golden hour chat, it's basically like where you and I just kind of like connect, like we're going to talk about some things that's on my mind, some things that I'm currently battling or focused on or I'm dealing with. I wanted to make sure that I brought you guys along with me on this journey because ideally this is a really big piece of what I'm doing going forward to become a better version of myself. When it comes to golden hour chats, you guys feel free to meet me in the comments. You can leave me any type of topics or ask for advice or even give me advice or even, so just overall, let's talk. That's what it's all about when it comes to me. We can even do like some Rozzy reflections. You could do some Dear Rozzies, like some things like that where we just, like I said, just talk about some things. I know me personally in my world right now, I'm a little uneasy if I'm being honest, and I think it's because of everything that's happening in the world today. Life in Houston. I think I'm homesick. I just got back in the country from being in Jamaica on a girls trip. I just recently celebrated Mother's Day. Like when I tell y'all I got some things going, y'all, I got some things going. So I wanted to make sure that I did not go back on my word, and I did drop this video, and I in fact sat down and recorded. I sure am. Y'all, I've been up since 2:30 this morning. I ran my errands, I handled my business, and now I'm sitting down and I'm showing up for you guys. So I wanted to make sure that I brought you guys along with this this topic because it's kind of touchy to me, and I've never been the person to like overshare or like to share when I'm battling something, when I'm dealing with something, or if I'm not okay, because I'm a Leo. My birthday's August 10th, so y'all know I think I'm super strong, right? However, here lately, I think it was just 2025, my year is just a little, I don't know, it's a little iffy if I'm being honest. I've had highs, I've had lows, some good, some bad, some real key highlighted moments. However, I'm not going to dwell on the lows or the bad things. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it because I know I got this. And like I said earlier, I wanted to make sure that I brought you guys along with me. So yeah, let's talk. Golden hour chats. If you're like me, which I know you are, you have a hustle mentality, right? So we're going to get to the bag if we don't do nothing else. However, it's not supposed to kill us in the process. When it comes to the way we grind and how we handle our business and the way we show up for our kids and our men and, our family, we often put ourselves last, and that's not okay. I know me personally, and right now I'm currently focusing on my mental health and my overall happiness because that's important. What I'm learning is when I'm low and my cup is empty, I'm no good to anyone that's around me, and that's how I feel right now. I now have really bad headaches. I'm now having anxiety. I don't want to blame it on this job that I've been working and say, oh, that 9 to 5 is tearing me up, or it's causing me to do these things, because ideally it's me and the hustle mentality and that independent woman mentality, and you know what, I got this, and I'm gonna work 50-60 hours a week to make sure that I take care of my son, and I just overall handle my business, right? However, Rosalind, we need to do some self-reflecting here, and we need to figure out what's happening, and we need to get this under control and taken care of. I know me personally, I work a 9 to 5. Yes, I'm thankful for my 9 to 5. I'm able to provide for my son and myself and handle my business. However, I am in the face of customers every day, y'all. When I say I'm in these people's face every day, I'm in their face every day, and I have no choice but to put on a smiling face and show up the best version of myself, or at least pretend that I'm happy, if I'm being honest, because I got to get to the bag. So I've decided to be selfish with myself this year. Yes, I'm going to be selfish with me. I've decided to take control of my current state. And let's go ahead and wrap this up, Rosalind. Let's go ahead and clean this up, and let's go ahead and put you first because you deserve it. You earn it. You're worth it. It all starts with you, what you accept, what you tolerate, and what you're going to handle. And you know what? I'm 35 years old and I'm now choosing peace, and I'm choosing me, and I'm setting boundaries. That's what I'm doing. When it comes to baby pink, of course, I love pink, y'all. Love pink. Love, 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 love pink, right? However, when you think of a soft girl world, soft girl lifestyle, you think of pinks and all the quiet things, and not really working hard, doing lightly things, like someone dependent on you. I mean, you're dependent on someone, and they're like providing for you, and you don't have to do nothing. However, that's not my case. I've always been a worker. I've always been a general. That's just me. Like I like to do both. So what you're gonna see with Golden Hour Chats and It's Sincerely Rozzy is you're gonna see me find that balance and bridge that gap, so I can do both and have both. So I wanted to make sure you guys were here with me so that it was more real and more realistic, so that y'all knew what was coming. When it comes to the soft life, I want this soft life because I want to be a better version of myself. I want to make sure that I am mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically at peace and okay. And it's often we take on, as women, we take on the weight of the world and like everything that's around us. And, we just put ourselves last, and that's not how that's supposed to go. So I'm choosing me. I've decided to go ahead and silence the noise so I can focus, because I know I am a job. Like, I know I am. You can't tell me that God gave me these dreams and he gave me this vision and I can't act on it or do anything about it, because what's for me will be for me. I just need to work for it and I need to get it. So I'm going to have a soft life, and I'm gonna be a worker bee, because that's just what I do, right? That's just me. But when it comes to me building, this soft life and these boundaries and making sure that I'm setting the tone for myself, I kind of have my own version of what a soft life means to me and what I want. I know, a lot of the girls or a lot of the women have their own versions. I can't speak on what other people think when it comes to being soft, but I can only speak for me. And when it comes to my version of a soft life, my version of a soft life is quiet mornings, financial freedom, traveling often, having boundaries, work-life balance. Like I told you guys earlier, I'm a worker. I like to think of myself as a general. When I have a team, I'm on the floor with that team. I'm getting active with that team. Like, that's just me. I've always wanted to have multiple businesses and been the girl, or the woman who was in and out of the different cities, on the jets, on the phone, 2 phones. Like, I've always wanted a BlackBerry. Like, oh, she booked and busy. Like, that has always been me. However, I want to work for me, if you get where I'm going with this. So I'm building this lifestyle so that I'm able to get up in the mornings and go to the gym first, and then get my work day started, and just do all of the things that I desire to do. But what I'm realizing about life today is it starts with the hard choices. Just say no. Like, when it comes to anything that's going to drain you, anything that's going to make you feel unsafe, anything that's going to cause that head to start hurting, cut it off. Hang it up. I'm going to call you back. You know what? Because I mentally cannot handle that right now. And what I'm learning is, Rosalind, you can be selfish with you. Like, you can tell these people, you know what? I'm going to have to call you right back. Because if you think about it, I already got things going on up here, and now you just drop your stuff off on me. I'm trying to rebrand and, become the better version of myself. And the last thing I need is someone dropping their stuff off on me. Click up, we hanging up the phone today. That's what we doing going forward. So when it comes to me, I'm working on like unlearning things like I have to earn rest, or beating myself up about what didn't get finished on my checklist, or being sad because, I got 50 things to do in one day and I'm just one person. Hey, Rosalind, check this out. The goal was to eat, okay? The goal was to eat. Don't watch your plate, handle your business. Go ahead and get to it, because that's what you're supposed to be doing anyway. You a boss, baby. You got this. When it comes to me, I'm so loyal to these jobs that I'm often unloyal to myself, and that stops. I am more than just a store manager. I am more than just a number. I am more than just a lot of these things that these corporate people think of. However, I'm a person and I'm human, and I have dreams and I have goals, and I'm going to hit them. I know when it comes to prioritizing me and setting boundaries, that means I trust myself. That means I'm trusting me. I'm trusting that my peace, my dreams, my energy, and everything else that is important to me is a priority. And I'm setting these boundaries. I deserve to be my own safe space. I deserve to rest. I deserve to wake up and say, you know what, I'm not doing this today. You know what? Click up. I ain't doing it today. I'm clearing my calendar and I'm going to do something else. Like, if I'm being honest, we get so caught up into these corporate jobs and things because, yeah, we got to make money. We got to provide for those kids. We got to handle our business. However, you know, we often forget about self. So what I have learned since moving to Houston and, you know, 2025, take the mental health day. Take the time that you need. Whatever you need to get you together, you need to take it so that you can become the best version of yourself. I see a lot of the things that's going on social media, but if I'm being honest, I've never been the type of woman to get caught up in the trends and do things that everybody else is doing. That's just not my style. I like to do me. You know, I like to be in my own lane. I like to create my own waves. That's just me. I mean, I'm a Leo. What can I say? But when it comes to things that truly matter, my health, my energy, my mental state, how well I show up for my family, how well I show up for my man, like those things are important to me. And if I'm mentally drained and not in a great place because I have not prioritized me or created boundaries, it's just not going to work out like that. And then no one wins. I know when it comes to the life that I'm building right now, and I say soft, and it's more than just, like I said earlier, it's more than just a color. It's more than just not doing anything and letting him do everything for me. It's more than just doing nothing. Like, it's actually getting to it. Like, I like to think I'm a boss babe, if I'm being honest. And I am. Like, I'm into the soft things, and I'm also handling my business and bringing in and carrying my weight and doing my part. But what I'm getting at is I'm building my life intentionally, and I'm creating a life that's rooted in peace, pleasure, and alignment. It's about making choices that honor me, choices that prioritize me physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, like the whole nine. It starts with me. I want this soft life. I'm going to earn this soft life. I'm going to stick to the soft life and the code and create my own waves. And this is what I'm doing. My version of a soft life is being focused on ease, peace, comfort, emotional well-being, and not the constant hustle, the stress, the struggle, survival mode, you know, that type of thing, like to the point where you beat yourself up so bad that you can't even show up for you. That's what I'm getting at. And I know I'm not the only person that feels like this, and I know it's somebody out there that feels just like I feel, that wake up in the morning and got a headache, that wake up and it's almost like we're doing the same thing today that we did yesterday. You know, that's not a thing, and we're not doing that, and we're stopping it now by prioritizing us and building this soft life. So if you're like me, please leave me a comment below so that we can start building together, where we can exchange advice and support for each other, because ideally that's what we need, you know? Like, I'm a realistic person. Like, I don't know. I have a normal apartment in Houston, Texas. Like, to me, it's beautiful. However, I don't have a penthouse. I don't see the skyline. I don't drive a Benz truck. You know, I drive a old beat up Camaro that I feel like I get a new dent or a scratch on every other week, if I'm being honest. However, I'm realistic. I'm me. I'm myself, and this is what I'm doing. And like I said earlier, I got this. I know it's so much happening in my world right now, and I often feel low and feel like I can't got it. I don't have it, but this is me pouring into me, and this is me making sure that I show up for me. Like, me putting this out here to you guys, me sending you this letter is basically a reminder for myself. Hey, Rosalind, you said you were going to do that. You committed to that. You need to stand up that. You need to handle that. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm choosing joy. I'm choosing self-care. I'm choosing balance. I'm setting boundaries. I'm rejecting the ideas of hardship and burnout. It's over. We're done with that. We're not going to be drained going forward. It's going to be peaceful. It's going to be easy peasy because we got it. My key aspects of a soft life, and these are the main things that I focus on, and I've been talking about this throughout the duration of this video. However, I want to make sure that you guys know that these are my commitments to me, and you let me know if you agree. I'm prioritizing my mental health. I'm prioritizing my emotional health. I'm avoiding toxic environments. I'm avoiding toxic relationships. I'm embracing more luxurious things. I'm enjoying the finer things in life. I'm embracing life today. I'm going to be happy for the things that I do have because I've earned them. I'm going to make sure that I'm living intentionally. I'm going to move at my own pace. I'm not going to let 48 hours determine my success. When I say 48 hours, that's 2 off days in a week. And if I'm being honest, it's really not a full 48 hours after you get done running your errands, handling your home, going to get your hair done for a maintenance day. It's a lot. That's not my life, and I'm going to work to change that. I'm starting now. I'm activated, and this is what I'm doing. I'm speaking up for me. I'm going to erase and eliminate the things that are draining me, and I know you're just like this too. I know it. I know I'm not the only person that feels like this. I know on social media the soft life or soft girl era is really popular, and I know it's among women in my generation and, you know, younger. However, I don't think of it as like, oh, I don't have to work. I'm gonna find me a rich man. I'm gonna find me a millionaire. He gonna do all these things for me. I'm not gonna show up for myself. No, I want to help him help me, if that makes sense. I want to be able to provide and take myself to Chanel and buy myself nice jewelry and, you know, keep my hair done and make sure my home is refreshed with the different seasons and things like that, because that's what I do. To me, that's soft, you know. But I know when it comes to this and the soft life, for me, it's reclaiming rest and making sure that joy is essential in everything that I do. If I don't find joy in doing it, I shouldn't be doing it at all. I know when it comes to being lazy and, you know, not showing up for yourself, like, it's easy to do, but if I'm being honest, y'all, that stops. We got to wrap that up, because that's not how it's supposed to go. We got to go just as hard for ourselves as we go for these jobs, because I'm going to tell you now, I've seen it happen and I'm watching it happen. As soon as you get hurt, you go on a leave of absence, you lose your job, you die, anything happen, these people going to replace you real quick. I mean, it's a business, right? It's not personal. However, my intentions are personal. My growth is personal. My success is personal. My mental state is personal. My health is personal. I'm personal. Everything about Sincerely Rozzy is personal. I'm taking this serious, so I'm telling you guys now, expect to see more of me. Come along with me, watch my journey. Let me know what you think. Hopefully we can connect maybe one day over coffee where we can, you know, exchange ideas. I want to hear from you. Like, if I'm being honest, I know I'm not the only person that feels like this, so feel free to leave me a comment. Drop it below. Thank you for taking time out of your day to sit here and watch It's Sincerely Rozzy. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and that's all, folks. That's it for this week's Golden Hour Chat. Let me know if there's anything else y'all want to speak on, you want to get my take on, or if you just have questions about anything that's happening in my world. All right. See you later.